What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the North Shore 9 post-game show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm Jim. With me today is Cody. Cody, the Pirates cap off Yinzerpalooza by getting swept by the Chicago White Sox, the lowly Chicago White Sox. They get outscored 27-7 in this series. Cody, how's your Sunday going?
Could have been better.
Could have been
Good
better.
news is once we're done here, I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna leave to go to Steph's mom's, and we're gonna go to the beach tomorrow. So that's a positive.
You need a beach
Going to
day
the beach tomorrow
to cleanse yourself from whatever it was we just watched this weekend. So
yeah, definitely.
Little jealous. But yeah, we'll get into this game. It was another absolute throttling. Just an embarrassment. I mean, it's embarrassing to be a fan of this team right now. It's incredible how terrible they have been this month after like what was a promising June. Felt kind of good about this team after June, and then July happens and it's just been god awful. But we'll get to all that. Before we do, Cody, let me tell you about Bet Online. It continues to be your number one source for your sports betting action. And with baseball in full swing and football season around the corner, Bet Online has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC to tennis and NFL futures, Bet Online remains your choice for sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the Bet Online Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Head to the website today and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Bet Online, the game starts here. Cody, this one started, and then it was pretty much over in the first inning. 4-0 before you could even settle into your seat.
Couldn't even get excited.
No, like this game was over 5 minutes into it.
Yeah. What wasn't a fun watch. Literally, once Vargas hit that home run, I was like, oh, do I still have him on my fantasy team? And remembered I don't. So I got more depressed. And then Tauchman hit one immediately after. And I just kind of slumped back in my chair here at my desk. And I was like, this is how today's going to go, I guess. It's just not fun anymore. It hasn't been fun for a long time. But everybody's been saying it. I think we're at a new rock bottom. It's bad.
Yeah, I tweeted out Friday. I was like, "Is this rock bottom?" The Pirates, I think, were down 10-0 at that point, or it was somewhere in that area. And I'm like, "Is this rock bottom of the Ben Cherington era?" Like you're about to go 19 games under. At that point, they're about to go 19 games under 500, and just getting crushed by the worst team in the American League. But not to be outdone, they got crushed again yesterday, and then today again. Just crushed again. I mean, like I said, 4-0 after 5 batters today.
Yeah.
Some guy named Chase Meadroth led off the game with a double. I feel like I have a pretty good idea of who players are. I've never heard of this dude in my life.
Nope.
Apparently, he was in the Garrett Crochet trade from Boston, but this dude starts the game off with a double. Slater, you walk Slater, and then Vargas 3-run homer. Tauchman just destroys a ball down the right
river
field
ball,
line.
wasn't it?
I don't think it made the river on a fly, but it like one hopped into the river. And all of a sudden it's 4-0, and like you literally just sat down to watch this game. And then the Pirates just couldn't do anything. The Pirates offense did nothing today off of Aaron Savali, which just is a theme whenever they face this guy. There's nothing there's nothing impressive about Aaron Savali and his repertoire or his stuff, yet every time he faces the Pirates, he seems to just go out there and just befuddle hitters. It looked like, and I'm talking about like Joey Bart, Jack Sawinski. It looked like it was the first time these two guys have ever played baseball today. It was just some of the worst at bats I've ever seen.
Yeah, only 4 hits today, Jim. Only 4 hits. Apparently, we had 6 hard hit balls. That must have happened toward the end of the game because I checked and we had 3 hard hit balls. So that must have changed here in the last 2 innings. But yeah, you're not going to win when you can't hit the ball hard.
No, and the White Sox were hitting the ball hard off of Heaney all day. One of his worst outings that I can remember. He hasn't really looked good for a while now. He had that one good start to end June against the Cardinals, but really, I mean, in June he had a 5.57 earned run average. He's failed to go more than 4 innings in a start this month. His past 3 starts, 2 innings, 3 runs, 3 innings, 4 runs. And then today he goes 4 innings, gives up 9 hits, walks 2, 7 runs against the second worst offense in baseball, which is the White Sox. They would be the worst offense in baseball if it weren't for your Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah. But this is a lineup that, like, you need to be able to go out there and dominate. And every single Pirates pitcher this weekend just got crushed.
Yeah, I said it in the Discord early in the game. I was like, I guess Andrew Heaney really likes Pittsburgh. He really wants to stay here. You know, I forget which one of us talked about it, but like, these guys should be playing their best baseball to get out of here. And Andrew Heaney just seems like he really likes it here and doesn't want to play good baseball to get out of here. I guess there's a rumor that there's a Yankee scout at the series, all that stuff. I don't really pay attention to that much, but if that's true, Andrew Heaney, you will not be going to the Pittsburgh Pirates or to the New York Yankees. You will be staying in Pittsburgh for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I think Heaney's still gone. I think he's still, like, someone's gonna need a 5th starter, and so
no, you're right, and
he's as good as gone. But gosh, he's certainly not helping his trade value at this point. His last few times out, and
the return won't be as nice as we hoped it would be.
Yeah, he's been pitching his worst baseball for a good month and a half now. It hasn't been very pretty. Yeah, I mean, let's kind of continue with this. So it says it's a 4-0 game after 1. The Pirates do get 1 run across in the second inning. Nick Gonzalez led off with a double. He moved to third on a throwing error. O'Neal Cruz drives him in with a sacrifice fly. So the Pirates did get a run early on here. It makes it 4-1. But then the White Sox again, they add on in the 4th. Colson Montgomery scores Luis Robert Jr., who ends up on third base after singling and an error and then moving to third. It just was a sloppy game. And then Heaney goes back out for the 5th and can't get a guy out. He walks Caro, gives up another hit to Vargas, a double. Tauchman doubles. And yeah, then it's 7-1. And at that point, I mean, 7-1, the game's over. This offense ain't scoring 8 runs.
No. Once the first inning happened, once they scored 4 runs, I was like, it's over. You know, and I think didn't John Wayner say that on the broadcast the other day too? Something about the other team scored 4 runs. He was like, "That's the ball game." Like that.
Basically,
like, that's your ball game. Like, and it's like that every time they go out. It's just, I don't know. There's so much in my head, and I can't compartmentalize it all. And just the consensus of what's going on in my head is just this team sucks.
I mean, this game was terrible. This weekend was
awful
terrible.
Game.
This team
do
has
this
been
on
playing...
Yinzerpalooza of all weekends. Like, it was. They said it last night. It was a toss-up. You had a toss-up. You're playing the White Sox on Yinzerpalooza. You should dominate. You should have a great series. It should be sellouts every night. Shouldn't hear a sell the team chant. Shouldn't hear anything negative because you're set up to succeed. This is like in high school football whenever you're set up to play the worst team in the county on senior night. That's what this is. And you screwed it up. It's just phenomenally bad. It's biblically bad, to take a word from Alex Stumpf. Loserpalooza. Yes. It was Loserpalooza.
Loserpalooza, indeed. Yeah, and it was just it wasn't a good showing by anyone. No
No.
one. I mean, the team looked entirely checked out all game long, especially
Yeah.
when they went down 4-0. I will give O'Neal Cruz maybe a little bit of credit. He went all out for a fly ball, almost hurt himself, flying into the wall, going full speed in a 7-1 game. So for the people who say like he dogs it or he's not trying, like he tried today. He still struck out 3 times, but he was certainly trying for that fly ball. That's for sure. So I guess you give him credit for that, for actually trying in a 7-1 game. But God, Cody, it was just, like I said, the offense was just so bad. And typically, we get on here and we talk about how, the offense failed the pitching. Today it was just bad all across the board. But I want to talk about this lineup a little bit. In particular, the number 1 hitter, the number 2 hitter, the number 3 hitter, the number 6 hitter, the number 7 hitter, and the number 8 hitter. A good chunk of this lineup, they've been terrible. Like, this team hasn't done anything all month long, and these guys are the number 1 culprits, maybe not 1 through 6 if you want to call it. But like Spencer Horwitz leading off, 339 OPS in July. Cody, he was 1 for 4 today. Andrew McCutchen in the 2-hole, 462 OPS in the month of July. He was 1 for 4 today. Brian Reynolds, 404 OPS in July. He was 0 for 4 today. Joey Bart, 389 OPS in the month of July. He was 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. Jack Sawinski, 487 OPS in July. He was 0 for 3 today. Ke'Bryan Hayes, 418 OPS in July. He was 1 for 3 today. That's just, see, when almost your entire lineup has sub 450 OPSs.
Yeah.
What do you, this is going to be the outcome. It's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster.
Yeah, I mean, when those 6 individuals that you pointed out are the ones that seemingly this organization has invested a lot into, and they're not producing, I think that equals one outcome, and that means the GM should be fired. I know, Jim, you're all about it. You can't wait until tomorrow morning to get on Bucko Brew and just go hell on earth on this guy, and it's deserved. It needs to happen. Like, looking at these 6 guys, Spencer Horwitz, you trade Luis Ortiz and a decent pitching arm for Spencer Horwitz. Hasn't really done much for you. Andrew McCutchen, he's the best of that 6, in my opinion. And I hate to call Andrew McCutchen old, but facts are facts. He's 38. He's teetering on retirement. And he's not producing at a clip that you kind of expect him to, because he's Andrew McCutchen. Brian Reynolds, at this point, it feels like you're almost paying him too much money, and he's not producing. It's kind of ridiculous. Then you go down to Joey Bart, a guy that we all thought was, going to break out, be the catcher of the future, because Henry Davis couldn't figure it out. And now he's just as bad, if not worse, than Henry Davis. Then Jack Sawinski, the guy that you just keep giving chance after chance to, and he just refuses to figure it out. He had one decent season, and he decided, you know what? I got my cup of coffee in the MLB. I think I'm done here. And then Ke'Bryan Hayes, another guy that, everyone wants to talk about his defense. But guess what? Defense doesn't score you runs. It might save runs, but it can't score you runs. So all 6 of those guys, just pretty pathetic stuff.
It's been bad. And you talk about Andrew McCutchen, and like we are huge fans of Andrew McCutchen on this show. I think all of us are. And he has like, Andrew McCutchen isn't the reason why this team's 22 games under 500. He's been a below average hitter, and that's after this really bad stretch he's been in. I think his weighted runs created plus is sitting around 97 or so, 98, somewhere right in that area. But you mentioned the age, and you do wonder how much of this is finally starting to catch up with him. Fastballs in particular, which I feel like that was the one thing you could always count on Andrew McCutchen, was just to crush fastballs. Yeah. In 2023, Andrew McCutchen hit 328 against fastballs. slugged 534. In 2025, against four-seam fastballs, Andrew McCutchen's batting 161, and he's slugging 247. He's not really whiffing on them. Like, he's not swinging and missing 18.5%, but like, he's not hitting fastballs the way that he used to. Yeah. And, you know, you face more fastballs than any other pitch. Like, that's the pitch you see more than anything. And right now, Andrew McCutchen is getting dominated by fastballs. And you wonder if that is, I mean, he's just getting older, right? He's getting older. So like, is he maybe not catching up to them or seeing them as well as they used to be? Because that has been his biggest problem up to this point. He's still hitting breaking balls. He's still hitting mistakes, but it's just the fastballs, which is, again, what he's feasted on his whole career. Just having some issues with them.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate because he still is one of the best batters in Major League Baseball when it comes to like just plate discipline, right? He knows where the strike zone is. His at bats are fascinating to watch because you can tell when he figures out if he's going to swing or not, and it's very early in the pitcher releasing the ball. It's fascinating to watch, and unfortunately, like you just pointed out, the numbers don't lie. The bat's just not catching up to it anymore. He knows where those fastballs are. He's just not catching up, and love the guy. Wish he could play for us another 10 years. But sometimes father time comes around. And I hate saying that. I really do. I hate saying that about Andrew McCutchen. But we're at such a low point in this season that it's like everybody's got to take a little bit of the blame here. You can't leave Andrew McCutchen off the list of blame just because he's Andrew McCutchen. I'd love to, but you just can't.
Yeah. And again, like this team has a lot of problems. Yeah. Andrew McCutchen's currently, he's a 99 weighted runs created plus after today. So like, that's the third best hitter on the team. So it's like there are many problems way worse than Andrew McCutchen right now. But like this month, he's been in a funk, and the whole team has seemingly been in a funk this month. Outside Tommy Pham, I mean, it's basically the only guy who's hitting. But hitting is contagious. Not hitting is contagious, and right now everybody is not hitting, and seemingly everybody's not pitching either. Because again, you faced the second worst offense in baseball today, and you faced them all weekend long, and they just throttled you. They put up 27 runs on you in 3 games, averaged 9 per game. Again, this is an awful offense. There's guys in this lineup who should not be major league players, and they teed off against the Bucks really all weekend. I mean, the Pirates bullpen looked good today, so if you're looking for a little bit of a silver lining, Yohan Ramirez went out there, pitched 3 innings of scoreless baseball, struck out 5. Santana and Bednar got in there because they've got to pitch at some point. You got to remind teams who are trying to trade for these guys that, you know, they're still living, breathing humans. So
those Yankee scouts are out there.
Yeah, so Santana and Bednar make cameo appearances to end this one, and they both pitch very quick, efficient 1, 2, 3, 8th and 9th innings. They both look as good as they ever have. I don't know if both are going to be here come August. I doubt both of them are. Yeah. I have a feeling at least one is going to be gone, and there's a good shot both could be gone as well. But yeah, I don't know how many more games we get to see either of those two guys, but hopefully right now they're just pitching to get work in.
Right. And I mean, you bring up the point of them not being here in August. If this was a serious organization, neither of them would be here. You would trade them away for a decent trade package for a decent return, and you would just live with it. Who cares about Bednar being a Pittsburgher at this point? It's not winning us games. What may win us games in the future is the return we get for a guy like David Bednar. And then you can thank him for that. Like, you just need something to help this team at this point. You can't keep banking on, people want to come and watch Andrew McCutchen because he's Andrew McCutchen. People want to come and watch David Bednar because he's a Pittsburgher. Like that gimmick works for a little while, but when the team is as bad as it is, it's not working anymore. No one cares. No one. And I do want to touch back on Yohan Ramirez. He had a phenomenal outing, actually. Extremely efficient. 37 pitches, 32 of which were strikes, and he had 5 strikeouts. That was kind of insane.
No, I mean he looked really good.
Granted, it's the White Sox.
And granted, it's a 7-1 ball game. Like at that point,
Right.
the game's over. But yeah, he looked like elite mop-up duty by
Right.
Yohan Ramirez. Especially he got 9 outs for you, which was nice to see. Generated 8 swings and misses. The sweeper in particular, 44% whiff rate on that. He looked good today. He looked good today.
Just needed to give credit where it was due.
Yeah, I guess if you're gonna say like the bullpen looked good today.
That was it.
They didn't allow the score to go past 7-1. But again, like the damage was all done off of Andrew Heaney. I said the White Sox just teed off on average of exit velo today off Andrew Heaney of 96.2. That's some hard hit baseballs.
Yeah.
Pirates do add on another run in the 9th. I mean, at that point, it was 7-1. McCutchen did double to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Reynolds moved him over with a ground ball. Nick Gonzalez scores him with a ground out. So that's how we got to the final score of 7-2. Cody, I mean, just you mentioned it before. Like this was set up perfectly. Like the Pirates limped into the All-Star break. They went 1-8 on that road trip leading up to the break. You get the All-Star break, you come home. It's the biggest weekend of the year, really. If you're the Pirates, this is the weekend people show up to. You had a big bobblehead giveaway on Saturday. You had fireworks on Friday. You had jalapeno Hannah kids giveaway today. It's Yinzerpalooza.
You brought back
crowd.
Pizza Penny.
Pizza Penny's back, right? Which they need to ask Potato Pete about that. Like, you gotta think Potato can't be doing my man Potato Pete like that. Potato Pete ran off with Pizza Penny like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And then Pizza Penny leaves Pete. Pete comes back, and now you're bringing Penny back into the picture. Just
a little awkward.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that. But a big weekend, and it was a chance for the Pirates to show their fans like some fun baseball, and they did the complete it was, like I said, this weekend could not have gone any worse.
Yeah, and I mean, we're talking about pierogies.
They talked about the pierogies on that's how bad the game was too. Like the broadcast talked about pierogies for 3 innings.
Yeah, like Donardo's dad on Facebook. He is going to not eat another pierogi until this team gets serious. That was one of the most damning things I saw on the internet today about this Pirates team. I was like, Rick, you got to eat the pierogies. Don't. It's not the pierogies' fault.
It might be. I don't know.
It might be. Who knows? Who knows whose fault it is at this point?
It's. I mean, I think we all know whose fault it is. There's a few people I can name where there's definitely some fault, but yeah, just an atrocious, abysmal, pitiful, pathetic, embarrassing weekend. Whatever. I mean, get out the thesaurus just to describe this one. There are a plethora of words that you can use to describe how god awful this weekend was. But they're now 39-61, Cody. Somehow the Rockies are worse than this team. Somehow the Pirates are still 4 games better than the White Sox. We're at the point now, Cody, where if the MLB draft lottery was held today, the Pirates would have the best odds at securing the number 1 overall pick. They'd be tied with the White Sox for the best odds at the number 1 overall pick. So Ben Cherington's done it yet again. He's put together a team that is lining up for a high draft pick.
Loser. You're all a bunch of losers.
That's what it's all about.
Well put. Nicely put.
So bad.
You got anything else to add, Cody?
Well, I wanted to add on to what you said about the broadcast.
Yeah.
I think only 15% of what was said on air today had anything to do with the product on the field.
It was rough. You could tell like they were just trying to find other stuff to talk about. Adam, they brought out Adam Heisu highlights for like a full inning. They were like, that's how bad it was. They were like, this is going so bad.
They did that.
The only thing that can save us is Adam Heisu.
What else did they do? They brought out Potash getting attacked by a moth.
Yeah.
Brownie was doodling Snoopy. And then at one point, Wayner was just annoyed. He something happened in the booth, and Wayner just gave Greg Brown a look, and Greg was like, "I'm not going to poke the bear anymore." You could tell John Wayner was just over it. He wanted to go home.
What was it? There was in the last inning, Greg Brown's like, Brian Reynolds' winning streak is
that's what it was. I think
threatening to come to an end.
Come on.
And Wayner's like, it's not a winning streak, it's a hitting streak. And Greg's like, well, players like to call them winning streaks.
Like, no,
and John's like, no, they don't. And it was what, a 3-game hitting streak? Like, this is what we're like.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 games.
Going into the game, they were like, Brian Reynolds is heating up. Well, he had a 3-hit game, but he's not heating up, Greg. He went 0 for 4 today, and he has been, I believe, the worst hitter in Major League Baseball for the month of July.
Has to be.
Or at least
has to be
up there.
I think, didn't you tweet that out the other day? Like the worst hitters, or somebody did. It was the worst hitters.
Someone did. Yeah, I remember quote
he was like
tweeting
the 3rd
something
worst
like
or something.
That. Yeah, he was up there. Actually,
top 10, there were at least 3 Pirates.
Going into yesterday, he was 2nd worst in baseball. So he's probably worse by now.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah. Well, if if you didn't have enough losing, the best team in the American League comes to town tomorrow. So we'll be back. We'll have a Bucko Brew for you tomorrow morning. We'll have our post-game shows after that all week. And then also, if you haven't checked it out, part 2 of the mock trades that you guys sent in for us to grade, that video is up already. So if you haven't had enough Pirates baseball, go watch that. Nathan put together part 2 of that. It's your trades that you submitted. We'll talk about that. Deadline's coming up. We've got 11 days till the trade deadline. So some emergency podcasts in our future.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully we get an emergency podcast about our general manager getting fired. That's
great.
That's the emergency podcast that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, Pirates are on pace to go 63-99. They lose 7-2 to cap off Loserpalooza weekend. Cody, you got anything else for us?
Hey, just remember, the Pittsburgh Pirates will be better next year.
God, I hope so. I thought that last year.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you all. Appreciate everybody in the chat, watching, listening after the fact, live. You guys rock. Just
bunch of sickos.
We're gonna continue to get through this year. Just hang with us. Hopefully, there's some light at the end of the tunnel, and we'll be able to maybe celebrate a new front office or something coming in here soon. That's the only thing I can look forward to at this point.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you all later.
Peace.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in, whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube. If you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support,
and let's go Bucks.